Testies one. Okay. Welcome. It's me, Rusty T. Where's my drink? Oh, well. The weather in Austin is sunny and high 60s for the next few days. So y'all get your dogs out there. Be careful, though. I got cedar fever, but that just meant I got to watch practically the whole impeachment trial. So far, Adam Shifty Schiff did a beautiful job. It got to me a few times about my country, my patriotism. Anyway, I've got a solution for ending this whole thing. I want to bring it out now so we can feel a little better about things as they go along before this tomorrow morning. What we need is a blind side. I'm speaking to America right now, by the way. We have the Republicans thought of this. Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell and Grassley. Maybe they could talk to Susan Collins and Flake. Oh, Flake's gone. But those people, Murkowski, the timid ones, what we need is a blind side. You vote against witnesses, okay? So they come up with the vote, they do the questions from the senators, and then they're going to end the trial as soon as possible, so they vote against witnesses. Shit, along party lines, 53 to 47. Then they vote against evidence. Oh my God, 58, somebody crossed over there. I don't know who it was. Could have been anybody. Could have been Murkowski. Or somebody that was trying to get attention, but 58, 40, 48, 52, and then they get to the final vote for impeachment. This is where that beautiful moment. You ever watch Survivor? The Blind Side! This is where they go. Lamar Alexander. Yes. And everybody goes. And then they go to the next guy in the alphabetical list who's a Republican. He goes, yeah, let's impeach this guy. How can he put my head on a spike? If I've impeached him, he's gone. See, his logic does not work. Now I shall be king. See? Anyway, the blind side. People love the blind side. So what you do is you vote against witnesses, you vote against evidence, and then it comes up 99-1 to impeach and remove from office. Blind side. With 99-1 is the final tally, with Susan Collins voting present. But anyway, people love the blind side. The blind side will get you reelected. Your fans will love it. They'll go, oh, he's so clever. Because every time they do a blind side on Survivor, the day after, it's the day after in the camp, and one of the guys who didn't know about the blind side walks up to one of the blind side people and goes, good move, man. That was pretty good, man. And so now all of a sudden he wants to get in on it. See, so the blind side will actually get you more voters. Okay, so tomorrow morning, what else? We're going to have the Republican, quote, defense, unquote, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for a few hours of epic amusement and bombosity, with a few surprise twists thrown in, possibly. Then they'll knock off so they can, after a few hours, they can take their afternoon tea times, and then we all observe the Lord's Day on Sunday, of course, depending on your tea time. or which, depending on your, which of the, like if you're in the Pacific North time or if you're in Eastern time, and whatever they call that. And then resume the festivities on Monday for, say, a 2-hour wrap-up. We vote to acquit, and we split some champagne in the skeef together as brethren in this august, hallowed institution of the Senate of the United States of America, Mr. Smith. America, where so many, like Abraham Lincoln himself, who was party of Lincoln, remember, party of Lincoln, so he was a conservative right-winger. And this is where the there is no Santa Claus part comes in for the cultists. If you were to fight and win the inevitable civil war that will occur if Donald J. Trump loses the 2020 election, you would not get any slaves out of it. Ooh, I hadn't thought of that, had you? Sorry, I know it's tough love. I'm sorry we lied to you about Santa Claus. That was actually kind of evil. You see, some cultural rituals are actually kind of evil. Then later they are used against you by the same people who knew they were evil in the first place. Like when a person of high power takes advantage of a person of lower means. That's just wrong. Don't you see that, kids? But I digress. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to go ahead and endorse a presidential candidate. Dun, da, 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 Rusty, the yellow party choices. Mike Bloomberg. Yes. We need a mensch to come in here and clean up this mess, and that guy is Mike Bloomberg. He is opening up 12 offices in Texas as we speak, and I, Rusty T, will be happy to campaign for the man who is worth $53 billion, as opposed to Trump's $3.4 billion net worth, as last reported. And Bloomberg has given like $8 billion already to climate change and helping the orphans. And Elizabeth Warren cannot wrench herself out of campaign mode and talking herself up. Essentially, she has revealed herself as a bit of a narcissist. So I don't know, Pocahontas. I like her stance on some issues, but her health care is a mess. And B, Bernie. You know, I was okay with Bernie and Larry David and everybody else till lately. He has shown his cards, and I actually agree with Hillary that no one likes him. He's a little non-social, and he has these Bernie bro thugs. There's a little too much testosterone. I think he's been overdoing those clinic shots, Bernie. And that's how you get those, and your left hand all of a sudden shit, and you realize too many hot dogs with extra cheese and chili, plus bacon. But I don't want to, health is the most important thing. Medic alert! And Biden is, let's just say he's like an enabler. In an impeachment trial, he's got this bad son. He's trying to protect Hunter like a good father. But Joe, you got to give Hunter some tough love. What the fuck are you doing, son? Make me look like I'm on the hook, Joe from Delaware. Me, who's now worth $12 million. Hunter, my son, who took a job sucking off Ukrainian oil. Well, he was dropped on his, the problem with Hunter, my son, was he was dropped on his head when he was born, and it started there. Is that your quote, Joe? Okay, it's the same thing. In fact, when the current president was born, his teenage inbred Irish backwoods mom, Mrs. Fred Drumpf, well, it wasn't her fault. It was more when the doctor was pulling him out feet first and he was holding on for dear life. Don't let Go! Like in that movie scene, don't let me get the perspective. Go! And he's up there, and he lets go his tiny, tiny, little itty bitty hand, microscopic hands up here, holding on to something, and then boing, slingshot effect, and bloop over the side of the table. Like a bungee jumper, if you get my drift, where the baby has reached the end of its rope, so to speak, the umbilical cord, and then it stretches, and the baby conks its head on the ground, boom, bong, bong, again and again with the bungee, and bong, 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 bong. So if anyone's to blame, it is the doctor that delivered the baby. America, he should have given the baby a little more time. It just didn't want to leave the nest, poor baby. It needed more milk and snuggling and all the things the mothers love bring. Okay, so I think that's about it. I'm also my book, which is coming out. I can't show it to you yet. I told you it was called The Stench of the Inevitable Trump Taint. And then it was going to come out, and the night before it came out, I got second thoughts, and I got a better one. It's The Stench of Trump's Taint, ... his inevitable taint! ! So, I had a bunch of new covers, and we got the old ones, and we went ahead and got an engraving done, too. We had to recall the books back in. So that's going to take a little bit of time. But look for my book. It's a Rusty Shackelford. I'm trying to read off this thing. Double Down Press 2020. It's by Rusty Tiberius Shackelford. It's called The Stench of Trump's Inevitable Taint. No, wait, that was the original title. The Stench of Trump's Taint, : his inevitable taint! So there's a colon in between the taint and the inevitable taint. Okay, that's it. That's why it was so brilliant I had to stop.